everyone, I hope you're having a good day. We're almost reaching 100 subs and I'm really happy about it. I really enjoy doing guides and helping others, and I just really like to spread knowledge and give out things, because I believe that if you give out some goods, the goods return to you, and this is always profitable for both of us, you and me. So if you're gonna like this video, please press a like. In the very beginning, I promised that I'm gonna show my UI and add-ons and basically everything that is connected with interface. I believe that having a minimalistic UI is improving everything, and quality of life is much better when there is not many things on your screen and you can see clearly what's happening. So as you see, I don't have much. First of all, I have unit frames, which are called shadowed unit frames. I'll give links to everything in the video description, and you can basically configure whatever you want here. And this is quite easy, doesn't require much. If you want to change, for an example, your health, to see if you're in, for example, max or something like that, you can play with it, absolutely everything, and configure it to the way you want it. If you want more information on your screen, you can provide it. If you want less, you can do it as well. So this is how my interface looks for unit frames, and this is for an example for my focus. And if we are about unit frames, mine, target, and focus, we also want to have some cast bars, yeah? So for cast bars, as you see, I use quartz. This is gonna be my cast bar, this is a focus, of course, and this is a target. So quartz provides you with a lot of informations and a lot of possibilities to do. So you can have a cast bar for your pet, which I don't want to, focus, plier, target, whatever. You can see latency, for an example. If I mount up, there is a little red bar that shows me the delay that I can actually move and still able to mount. So as you can see, that's the little thing. Now I disabled it, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to execute it. So yeah, I mounted. So that's the latency delay, and it's providing you with some nice informations and makes you actually execute something even faster than you think you could. For my action bars, I use bartender. Rogue requires shitloads of macros, so bartender actually allows me to, if I unlock it, you can see that I have few more bars actually hidden with additional macros. So I don't see all of it, I see the most important things. So yeah, that's how it works, and it really improves the quality of life. So you can, for an example, if you have a bar 1, if you change the alpha opacity, you can not see it, it's still there. But with other add-ons, there is a chance that you can click it, unfortunately, while, for an example, clicking something else. So you can take an option for it to click through and you won't do anything with it. Let's see it. Yeah, lock. Okay. So if you, for an example, click shift, the shift went through, yeah? So with bartender, you can just, after combat, please drop the combat. With bartender, you can take an option for click through, and you won't click anything here, and reduce the alpha opacity, and you're done. You don't see a lot of stuff on your screen. So that was quartz. The third one, which is basically all you see here in the middle of my screen, is weak auras. I made my user interface a few years ago, actually more than 10 years ago, and I stick to the same pattern all the time. And those little icons, they remind me what the very good player called Uzbek Miske, greetings to you, mate, did many years ago. He is a multi-gladiator, playing with on some private servers, of course, with TBC, because he loves that expansion. And I loved his approach to minimalistic view of what's going to happen. For that reason, I posted my links and strings on Wago.io, so you can download it instead of setting up everything yourself. And these are the auras, as you see on the screen. There are a few, so some things are happening. There are some highlights for the bars. There is an interface for my energy combo points. slice and dice, few other pop-ups, and style, for example, defensive cooldowns, offensive cooldowns. So let's get into that. So first of all, these are the defensive cooldowns for my weak auras. So if I, for an example, press Cloak of Shadows, I see that I have an uptime of 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and it's gone. And then it reduces the icon size to minimalistic, and I see a little red cooldown indicator text showing me how much I have still left to press it again. So I don't have to look around all the screen, some bars left, right. I have it all centered. It's small. It's not really colliding with anything, so I can play without any problems. And yeah, that's how it happens. So if I need to find, for an example, I changed the icons to Warrior because I played Warrior for many years, more than 10 years, so that's quite reminding me the abilities. As I said, I'm quite new to Rogue, so I'm not using the original icons. And as you saw, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, there's a big duration. I see how long time I'm quite safe, and there's a cooldown. And this is, for an example, evasion. And this is how it works. So same thing for my offensive cooldowns. Let's cheap shot and kidney, and I have 20 seconds kidney, as you see. So everything, blind and kick. So I see absolutely everything in the middle of my screen, which is not very big, and it's quite pleasing. Next thing is my amazing, I love it, I really love it. That's a modification of old stealth aura, which isn't working anymore, so I made my own. So as you see, you have little bluish purplish sides that are going to be dark, and there is a little animated darkish flame, blackish, just to imitate the smoke, so you can roleplay much better. That lets me absolutely and easily being able to focus if I'm, for an example, kicked out of stealth. And so this aura, for an example, as you heard the sound, stealth screen effect. So I popped it down, and you can see, no, come on, I don't want to. And you can see a few things here. First of all, this little bar is the indicator for Master Assassin timer proc. So whenever I drop stealth, that little timer shows me the amount of 100 critical chance I still have to nuke my target. There's one also on the other side, just for the quality of life. Those little things are showing, those little glowing things are showing me to be in stealth. As I said, I want to have some things in the middle of my screen, which will be very visible. And that little icon, that stealthy icon here, come on, my mouse is getting broken, what? Is also actioned with a sound of a sonar. Whenever I'm dropping stealth, I have a sound that's gonna inform me that I dropped it. Not like, you cannot see that, yeah, it's obvious. But for an example, if there is a quick thing that kicks you out of stealth, like Abomination Limb or something like that, and you're in range, you hear the sound straight away, and you can react it very, very fast to it. So it's a really good improvement for life. Alright, and as I said, I have some important CDs over here. Then you saw it pop it up. Important defenses, resources buffs. Okay, let's show the resources buffs. So you see the energy bar, and it's always visible. Those are a poison weak auras I can click. They're provided by someone else. I'm gonna give a link to the proper person as well. And yep. So you can see everything in the interface. I have a Battle Shout, which stands for Slice and Dice because it's a buff, essential for me. Then I have a Rapture because I have a Slice and Dice, and it checks the conditionals. It won't pop up if I don't have Slice and Dice. I remove it, you see. There was a sound that I removed the Slice and Dice, Pantera, Cheetah, or whatever. So I have to apply Slice and Dice, then I can Rapture. That's for PvE shit, basically. So I have Slice and Dice, I have full combos, so I can dispatch, aka Eviscerate, aka Execute. And yeah, that's showing my Shadow Dance availability. And if I'm in Shadow Dance, that highlights the cheap shot as well, as you saw. So it's really intuitive. That little bar below the energy is showing me slice and dice, and when it goes really low, it changes color to reddish. Combo points, of course, change their color as well. And I'll change my talents in a second. So I have a deeper stratagem, and I still have 5 combo points, yeah. And I have 6 combo points, and they turn to purple, so I know I have 6 combo points and I can eviscerate straight away. And another thing which works very well with weak auras is Kyrion's ability of Echoing Reprimand. I'm gonna add the aura as well to Waiga, so you can download it. Echoing Reprimand, this one was made by someone else. Credits given, credits due to whoever created that information. No information. Whoever created that, thanks very much. This is perfectly working very well add-on, and it basically allows you to highlight the ability when you are in Echoing Reprimand Anima combo point. So let's press manually. So as you see, I have an Anima on my 3rd point. Okay, see? Dispatch Eviscerate Execute is highlighted because I'm in a 3rd Anima chamber, and if I'm not, it's not gonna highlight. So, quality of life, improvement, intuitional, yes. Thank you very much. This is the most important thing. Alright, I think most of weak auras are done. The rest that you would like to see will be in description. You can download it from my Wago.io profile. And the next thing is, which is very visible, is a nameplate add-on. It's called Plater. It's really powerful. First of all, it allows you to actually modify everything. There are lots of options, absolutely lots of options. There are mods for it. You can add sappable, whatever the spelling is, add-on to it, and it displays a sap icon above your target. And yeah, it's really absolutely great. There are lots of things I've changed and modified. I added a few things so I can track it. It allows you to actually, if you go to special buffs, it will load all the auras that you and scan all auras that are possible to be put in game, so you can browse it. So I want to see, for an example, if a demon hunter is working with a spectral sight or shadow sight to just not unstealth me, and I'm willing to track those things which are most important for me. The other things are coming from the buff tracker, for an example. So I have a Find Weakness, Crippling Poison, and Rapture on my 3. Those are my warrior arrows. So I see very clearly what's happening, yeah. And I have a Crippling Poison as well. So smaller auras are beneath and above combo points, and big auras like Kidney are very high. And I had a Rapture, yeah, it broke the blind. It also allows you to highlight your main targets, change the opacity, icons, the border, for an example, as you see. So it's really helpful. That reddish thing and that greenish arrow are coming from an add-on called Target Nameplate Identificator. Also in links, so you can play with it. And another add-on, which is also a very good improvement. As you see, those damage numbers are not all over the screen. They aren't big, just taking my attention from the target. That add-on is called Nameplate SCT, so you can play with it. Also, you can change the way that it's displayed from, like, for example, fountain to rainfall. Let's see it. Yeah, something like that. And it drops down, as you see. Let's get to PvP add-ons. The next one you will need is Gladius. So Gladius is just pure arena add-on, and it's very powerful. I removed some information from it. For an example, I removed the name of the opponent. I don't really care. I know that sounds bad, but you don't really care about the name of the opponent. You care about the class cast and remaining health pool or mana pool and trinket, etc. So Gladius provides that. Unfortunately, for some reason, Gladius for Shadowlands doesn't have CD cooldowns behavior. I don't know why was it removed, but yeah, that could be back. That really could be back. It was helpful, absolutely helpful. So I hope for an update. Meanwhile, I run Omnibar for the cooldowns of my opponents in arenas, but Gladius just allows you to have a cast bar for an example and to see what's going on. Unfortunately, the cast bar cannot be turned off when there are no casts made, so it's all the time displayed, and yeah, you're gonna see that cast bar even if there's a class without the cast abilities. So unfortunately, that's how it works. But other than that, it's providing you the most important information that there are some crucial cooldowns, for an example, some immunities, and then when was the trinket and dispels, for an example. So yeah, it's a really powerful add-on, and I recommend everyone to use it. Right now, I'll just leave it for now, and let's see the Omnibar test. As you see, the Omnibar is below my Gladius. I mostly play 2s, not 3s, so that's below my second target. And it shows cooldowns for abilities, also adjustable. You can turn off some spells that you don't want to see. So there's not a flood of abilities. So just browse through and check what's important for you and what's not. I don't really need to see interrupts, for an example. I hear interrupts and see interrupts on my party frames. That provides me with shadow to unit frames. So Omnibar just provides me with crucial cooldowns for other classes and to see what I'm able to do, or should I hold up with nuke or something like that. The add-on name is Omnisissi, and it shows better cooldowns, because those cooldowns, when they're getting close to end, they're changing the size and color from, for an example, from greenish to yellowish, then reddish, and it's much more visible to see what's going on when your cooldown is off, if you don't track them in the middle of the screen, for an example. Next add-on that I recently got myself is Truffy GCD. So you can see some things over here, and this is showing me what actually I have done. And this add-on actually helped me a lot, because my previous one-shot macro was wrong, and my trinket fired off before my trinket wasn't powered by Blood Fury from Orc. So I messed up, because I messed up the lines, and I changed the alignment of the macro. I'm gonna skip some macros later, but I'm gonna show you what I have done. So my trinket actually was before Shadow Blades, and I lost a lot of damage. I ran a PvE trinket, yes. I lost a lot of damage for not coming from my Kyber Blade, for an example, and trinket. I changed it, and my damage from Kyber Blade went up from 6,000 to 8,000, so that's quite efficient. And this add-on is absolutely perfect. It shows you what's actually happening, and you can pause it while browsing. You see? So, okay, I'm gonna pause it. So I went with Cheap Shot, Symbols, Trinket, Kyber Blade, Eviscerate, yeah? Whether I had combo points for that or not. But you can pause it, you can browse it, and see all the mistakes that are happening. And if you are new to World of Warcraft, you can get Truffy GCD. It shows Omnibar, whatever. Truffy, come on, Truffy. You can enable Truffy, for an example, for Arena 1 and Arena 2. So you can see, let's say, show, yeah, Truffy GCD, player arena, yeah. So I had my Gladius test 2, and you can see, for an example, get yourself in Arena 1 here, and you can get Arena 2 below the second thing, and you can see what kills you, how fast, and how the player executed those things. Record your fights, and you're gonna be much better player. Another very good add-on that allows me to swap from my dungeons, mythics, raids, or whatever to PvP is Rita Binder. So this add-on allows you to actually where is it? To change the default target and target nearest enemy, changes it from PvE mob to PvP target for only player. So when you tap target, for an example, I use a T for swapping targets, so I have disabled use default bindings. If you use different keybind than tap, disable that. So you can tap target in arenas without tap targeting pets. So you don't need two separate binds for that, for an example. So if you want to kill, if you want to target, for an example, hunter, not his pet, you can tap target with that add-on without any problems, and this is really efficient and yeah, works very well. And it also works with macros. So if you have a macro, let's say sap macro, yeah, I use this one for rogues, target nearest. So if I use target nearest, it will always target nearest enemy player. So I can sap enemy player straight away instead of sapping a pet, for an example. Well, sapping a pet disturbs hunter anyway, so both way works. And yeah, that's really helpful add-on, so I don't need to change my binds constantly when I'm entering arena and not mythics. And yeah, quality of life improvement much better. Another add-on which I use is Gladiator Loss SA2. This add-on actually allows you to hear what the hell is going on. So if I have shadow sight, sides down. If the buff is applied,
shadow side.
You hear that. So you don't need to pay attention to really what's going on with your eyes. You can hear it as well. It takes a lot of stress from you as well. So your visuals are not impaired and not afflicted all the time, affected all the time, watching buffs, looking at them, looking at frames. You can hear it. If you hear, for an example,
Icebound.
Icebound, yeah. First second, ice. I already know what's going to happen. That fucker just wants to disable 30% of my damage. He wants to take it down, so I hear it. And he's popping Vampiric Blood, for example. He's going defensive, so I hear Vamp. That's fine, I already know. I don't need to watch those frames. This is really helpful for PvP. It's amazing. But be sure to read that. I don't want to really know about anti-magic shield. Okay. It may affect my shadow damage from Eviscerates, etc. when I'm using some cooldowns. It may, yeah, really, but I see that. It's obviously visible, there's a greenish bubble around him, so I see that. And you can just, watch through, read through. If you're not good at knowledge about other classes, this is a really powerful tool for you to understand what's going on. Record it, record your fights, use Gladiator Loss, then after you lose or win, go through those abilities that you heard, and you're gonna know what's happening. You're gonna learn very fast, and this is the most powerful tool along with properly set up user interface. The last add-on for PvP is Big Debuffs. It shows you on your frames with that icon area what the hell is going on. So this one I've already highlighted is my focus target, and this one is my main target. So I'm gonna open with Chip Shot on my focus target and proceed with Nuke. I cannot sap that, so I'm gonna open with Chip Shot and nuke the main target. Yeah, GCD. But it should be fine. So as you see, there's an icon here that shows me that the target is blinded and yeah, quite visible. If you don't have a target in your view, for an example, he's somewhere around, you still see what's going on, and this is the most important cooldown for you, for an example. And Cheap Shot, yeah, my target is still cheap shotted. I see the other target is still blinded, and if I have any, do I have any offensive cooldowns? Really important. No, I don't. Not really. So if I have any important cooldowns, for an example, Shadow Blaze is gonna be shown in my icon, so I know how much time I still have left, so I don't really need to pay attention to those buffs here. So yeah, that's really quality of life. As you see, the blind is still there, so I'm gonna kidney shot the focus target. Kidney shot, yeah. And yeah, visible. And there's an align add-on. It's called E-Align, so you can set up your interface in a very synchronized way, whatever you wanted. So that's all, I guess. I hope you liked it, enjoyed it. I know it took some time to record that, but press a like, man. Press that button. It really helps. All add-ons will be in description, and all weak auras are in the description, and my profile is given in description as well for Waigo IO, and you can download it and set it up yourself. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.